What's up, y'all? It's Lost Speaks, aka Chief Domain, back at it with another lesson. Before we start this lesson, I would like to send out peace and positive energy onto the goddesses and to the gods. Peace and positive energy onto the human beings. The beings that are not made of carbon, I would like to send peace and positive energy out onto them for enlightening their spirits. And I would most importantly like to send peace and positive energy onto the ancestors. Most importantly, to the lost souls and the lost spirits of this world, I would like to send peace and positive energy onto you as well. And a bunch of gratitude your way, I would like to send. Um, and I would also like to send peace and positive energy onto the planet. Uh, and say Ashe to the planet. Uh, and I would also like to send peace and positive energy onto the cosmos. Uh, so, yeah. The ancestors wanted me to get on here and talk a little bit about fasting, right? Now, everybody got their own version of what they think fasting is. Everybody have tried to make lessons and explain fasting and what fasting is about. People tell you breakfast, breaking fast, and all that old shit. But a lot of people don't really understand the concept of fasting. When it comes down to fasting, what is the main thing that you gonna hear? You're not eating, right? They want you to believe, even some people that call themselves spiritual, you have to mention them as well. You just gotta keep 100. Even certain spiritual people would try to tell you that not eating, not eating is gonna play a role in your fasting being being your strength, right? So if you don't eat, then you can grow stronger as a person spiritually if you don't eat. But what the fuck does the food have to do with it? Why are we basing fasting just off food? Now, I've already explained before that you already fed. We don't need to eat. They tell you you need to eat to make you believe that you just a regular motherfucker walking around the planet. We all know we made of electricity. We made of light. We made of fire, water. We made of elements. All combined into one vessel. So your vessel is basically all elements. This vessel is all elements connected to one body. Right? So me being made of elements, me being made of light, why the fuck I need to eat anything? Why I need to be eating all type of bullshit when I'm already fed by everything around me because I created everything around me. Right? And then when it comes to something spiritual, why the fuck I need to base me coming in contact with my spirit based off food? That don't have nothing to do with it. That don't make sense to me. What you eat, what you eat does not mean anything relative to your spirit. It's just based you connecting with your spirit. And a lot of people, when they do this whole fasting shit, they don't even be doing it. They even really tap into themselves the way they supposed to be tapping in. A lot of people, a lot of people do it connecting with a God that ain't even real. So what the fuck is the point of me not eating to try to get closer to myself, but I'm not even closer to myself? What the fuck is the point? There's no point, and then your ass go on a fast for 30 days, then after you come off that fast, what your ass do? You go eat some bullshit. Which is taking you away from God that's always been in you. So what the fuck is the point of you fasting and trying to find God, and then when you found him, you go back to the motherfucker that kept you away from? That don't make sense. That don't make sense at all to me. That's why I be laughing at motherfuckers when they talk about this fasting shit, because they don't know what the fuck fasting really is. You don't know what it is. If you fasting, if you trying to fast, nigga, you should be vibrating high. Around your 30 days, you should be vibrating high like a motherfucker. You should be understanding that you already fed. You should be understanding more about yourself if you fasting. If you're not eating anything, if you trying to connect with yourself. You should be learning all that you need to learn. Why you so-called fasting, but motherfuckers don't even be doing that. I told you that Allah is you. You are Allah, leg, arm, head. That's what Allah really means. Allah is the body. God is the soul, Allah is the body. That's why Islam, I, self, law, and master. You are self, you are law, and you are master. Right? That's who you are. So this whole idea of you fasting to try to connect with Allah, which is you doing it based off the intent to connect with a God that's outside of you, you ain't doing nothing right. You're not doing it right. Because that God that you trying to connect with, that's inside of you. It's inside of you. You are God, God is you. You just don't realize it. Motherfuckers be like, oh, I'm fasting. I'm fasting. Or God told me to fast. So, nigga, sometimes that be the universe wanting you to fast, right? It's the difference between a God that ain't real and a real in a real God energy. Sometimes when you tapped in with spirit, when you tapped in with the universe, sometimes the universe may not want you to eat. The reason why the universe may not want you to eat sometimes because they want you to know that you already fed. That's why I use that word. They want you to know that you already fed. When you tapping into yourself and you feeling that energy that makes you feel alive, you already fed. You eating. That's when you eat. When the sun is out, you out sun gazing, nigga, you eating. The sun is feeding you. That plasma radiation is activating you. Activating cells. Allowing certain atoms in you to move to move up in energy. That's what's going on. So the universe will tell you, all right, tonight we need you to fast. You'll talk to the ancestors. The ancestors will be talking. It'll be the universe and the ancestors telling you the same shit. You need to fast tonight. And the reason why they tell you that is because of what I just explained. Because if you think about the ancestors is the universe. We are connected. Right? So you talk to your ancestors and they tell you to fast. They even told me before, and I do exactly what the fuck they say. I ain't gonna ever go against them. I'm gonna do exactly what they say. Sometimes I do it without even being told to do it, just because that's just how I get out. I always had a period in my life where I always fasted. Never could explain it, but I just always did it. That got something to do probably with my past life, or it's probably just my connection and how I'm built for this shit. My connection to the universe or just how I'm built for this shit. But I always noticed though, by me not eating, it wasn't really solving nothing because I wasn't tapping in and shit. So it was times where I felt, what the fuck am I doing this shit for? Because in a sense, after you start thinking, you like, nigga, I'm just doing this really just to lose weight. Because if you ain't tapping in with shit, what the fuck is the point of you doing it? You just trying to lose weight. That's all you really doing it for. If you still think just Jesus motherfucker real, and you nigga, you ain't doing shit, you might as well go back to eating, nigga. Cause there ain't no use. Ain't no motherfucking use. Now, if we get into food, right? If we get into food, let's talk about food. Let's talk about food and let's talk about God. Now, if God is already within you, will make you think that the food will take you away from God. What the fuck? Who told you that food takes you away from God? Who told you that? Didn't he feed his people? Feed bread and fish and all that? Didn't he do that? That wasn't taking them away from him. It brought them closer. Cause then that showed them that he cared about his people. What the fuck does food got to do with you going away from God? Everybody always want to be on this scientific shit. Oh, if you eating woo woo woo, that's gonna lower your consciousness and all. Nigga, it's been videos that I have done, and I was eating some shit that was probably unhealthy to the most. Not like I don't eat meat. I don't fuck with meat. Like I don't be eating like bullshit. But I eat some shit that you feel me? Cause I ain't on that vegan shit no more. That shit goofy. I ain't on that vegan shit. Cause I know some shit about myself, so I don't fuck that vegan shit. That shit weird. Um, I be eating certain shit that other people may think is unhealthy. But when I get on this motherfucking screen, nigga, you wouldn't even know the shit I've been, nigga. You would be thinking I'm just drinking water the way I talk, cause that shit not affecting my consciousness, nigga. Because why? I'm tapped into myself. I'm past the vessel. Yeah, the vessel can get damaged, but you can't damage my soul and my spirit. That's the only thing that I can damage myself, because I'm the only one that own it. So we basing this whole connecting with God more based off the food. That don't even fucking sound right. So now you blaming food for why you can't connect with God. You blaming food. Oh well, fasting allows me to pay more attention to God. You can pay attention while you eating. You can pay attention then. But you choose not to. Because you don't want to come in contact with who you really are. So you thrive to be entertained by other things that's take you away from yourself. Motherfuckers want to talk about fasting, but still be on the bullshit though. You still walking around thinking you just another motherfucker walking around, right? You still on this social media shit, trying to please other people, asking other people's opinions on what you should do to yourself when it's your motherfucking body. right? Goddesses walk around wearing all that makeup and weave and all that bullshit, looking crazy than a motherfucker. But you fast and trying to connect with God. You ain't connected with God. What you mean? You ain't connected with shit. All your ass doing is not eating. That's all you doing. But all the other shit you still doing. Fasting ain't just about the food. It's by getting away from all the bullshit that's taking you away from God, with yourself. That's why we fucking got this internet bullshit, the television, all this bullshit to take you away from God, with yourself. But you don't even realize that you just right. You just think it's the bullshit ass food, right? You don't know who you are. Jesus ain't even fucking real anyway. So you believing that you doing a fast gonna get you a celebration from nigga? You ain't getting shit because this nigga don't exist. That's why I don't be talking a lot about that fast shit, because I don't give a fuck about it, because I know it don't mean shit. That's why I don't talk about it. It's motherfuckers that fasted and came out the same motherfucking person, fucked up. They mind is not where it need to be. They still fucked up. Still be gossiping. Still be ignorant. Still judge people. Ain't changed not one bit. Right? So this is why when we talk about this whole idea of fasting, you have to understand what fasting really is and what it's really for and what it's meant to do. Anciently, your ancestors, we fasted every day. Basically, we wasn't eating a lot of food anciently. We barely ate at all. And I realize more now that we really didn't eat at all. The reason why we never ate is because, like I said, we knew we were already fed. We were vibing at the highest principles of energy, or of degrees, right? Degrees of energy. We was vibing at our highest. It was no such thing as low vibrations back when we was in full control of our shit. It was no such thing as a low vibration. You never heard a god or a goddess say the word "I'm hungry." That's something that does not exist within our people, in our culture. We don't get hungry. The reason why your ass be feeling hungry is because you're not tapping into your energy. You're not tapping into your source, your power. By you not being tapped into yourself, that causes you to be hungry. Right? You lost touch of yourself. You lost touch of who you is, and now you don't know what you is, so you think you have to eat to have energy and have all this bullshit when you are energy. You a whole field of light, electricity. So us being beings with light, electricity, that was the only thing that we needed in us to be able to survive. But when they took that energy away from us and lowered us in principality, that's when a lot of us started to vibrate different. That's what killed a lot of us off, was lowering us in energy. Dick Gregory had said this before. He said, motherfuckers want to talk about fasting. You fast when you go to sleep. When you close your eyes and you go to sleep, you fasting. For as ever long of sleep you getting, that whole time you sleep, you fasting. So your body is not getting anything. But then when you wake up, that's when you choose to eat something or not. So you already fasting, even if you eating or not, you still fasting anyway when you go to sleep. So that's what I said. Motherfuckers don't even realize what they even doing, but saying they want to do something else, nigga, you already doing it. You just ain't paying attention to what the fuck you doing. You're not paying attention. You're not paying attention at all. That fasting, all that fasting shit, that's bullshit. You don't need to eat nothing to connect with God, but at the same time, you eating something ain't gonna necessarily take you away from God. It's just based on your consciousness and how you choose to vibrate. And that's a fact. Like I said, sometimes I eat every day, sometimes I don't eat every day, but it don't affect my consciousness. I'm still vibrating high. I'm still thinking highly. It don't matter. It don't matter not one motherfucking bit. If I wasn't eating nothing at all, I'll still be conscious the same way I was when I was eating. I'll still be gaining more information, still remembering a lot of shit about myself. It ain't gonna change the factor of what the fuck I already know. It ain't gonna change. It's not. It ain't gonna change. I be knowing what the fuck I'm talking about. That's why I always be saying that. I be knowing what I'm talking about. It ain't no bullshit, I'm telling you. This is real shit. See, motherfuckers, see, here's the thing. I know I'm built different, though. A lot of motherfuckers hear me be like, I mean, I see what you're saying, but how can I get to that point to where I can be eating what I want to eat, but still tapping with that's just something you gotta develop. You have to develop that type of ability to be able to learn how to consume, but to be able to produce. So what you consuming is not affecting what you need to produce. What I eat is not gonna affect the information I need to put out. That's not gonna affect me. Yeah, like we shouldn't be eating meat and all that shit because that wasn't when we was eating. The motherfuckers that was eating meat and shit, that was the Neanderthals. Or what they would call the barbaric people or the Homo sapiens. Those was the ones that was eating live animal and all that shit. That was something that we wasn't doing. But you gotta understand that certain animals that's down here is not even our animals that we made. So motherfuckers want to go around and saying, "Oh, we can't eat meat," and some animals ain't even real. So, one of the guys that told you that before. Certain animals we didn't create. That's down here. If you see an animal and that animal look like it don't really have a sense of consciousness and awareness of what it need to be doing, that ain't nothing we created. That's some shit that was created by somebody else. That's not us. Right? So motherfuckers a woman going around, man, no, I can't, we can't eat that animal. We can't, a lot of these animals ain't even real. Now, the reason for you not, the reason why you shouldn't be consuming animals, here's the thing, the reason why you shouldn't be consuming animal is because of the energy that that animal carries, right? Like I said, a lot of these animals out here are not even real. So basically, when you consuming these animals, you don't even know what type of energy you consuming. A lot of these animals was made in labs, right? A lot of these animals was made in labs. So when you consuming that animal, you don't know what energy you consuming. And sometimes it can affect your consciousness and allow you to act a certain way that's really not natural. Because you don't even know where the fuck that animal came from. Motherfuckers want to say, oh, well, no, the reason why you will vibrate low is because that animal was afraid when it got killed. Some animals ain't even fucking aware enough to know they about to get slaughtered. That's what I'm trying to say. They ain't even fucking aware enough to know a motherfucker about to kill their ass. All right, so we basing the whole structure of fasting off of not eating and eating is the problem to why you can't connect that. That's not the problem. It's you realizing who the fuck you really are. How do I know the shit I know if I don't even eat the healthiest? How do I know this shit? I just explained some real shit to you. You may have went over your head, but I just explained some real shit to you. The real guys know what I'm talking about. How I know the shit I know if I'm eating unhealthy shit almost every day. How I know what I know? Because I don't give a fuck about this. I'm tapped into my spirit. I've realized God within me. Right? I realized the God within me. So it don't matter if I eat, it don't matter if I don't eat. I'm still gonna be who the fuck I am, God. I'm still gonna be me. It's not gonna matter what the fuck I eat, not necessarily. It ain't gonna matter. I told you, you choose the. I be seeing certain motherfuckers videos. I think they probably be watching my shit because I had said this before that vibration is based off of intent and how you choose to think. Vibration is not just a matter of what you eating and what you put into your body. It's just morally based off intent and how you consuming things that you consuming. If you like something, then that's not you vibing low because that's something that you love. Because the main thing about vibing high is to have love in your heart. That's what it's all about. That's why you have your heart chakra. It allows you to express that feminine love in you. So if I have love for something, then I'm not vibing low. That's just what I have love for. Right? So when we talk about vibration and vibing high, it's perpetrated off of the way you thinking and how you choosing to think. That's what it has to do with. right? That's what that shit got to do with. So we talking about fasting. We talk about fasting. Why would they call it fasting? Why we gotta go fast? Why we can't slow shit down? See, that's the thing about this life we live. We always living fast, but we never think to slow shit down. Right? We always think to go fast, but we never think to slow shit down. If you think of the word fasting and then you fasting, not knowing who you is, so that means you racing past yourself. That's what you doing. You racing past yourself when it comes to you fasting. Because like I just explained, if you are fasting, but you're not connecting with God and you, then what the fuck is the point of fasting? All you doing is racing past yourself. That's what I just said. That's all you doing. That's all you motherfucking doing. A Christian motherfucker probably wouldn't like me because I make sense of what I'm saying. And I understand what this shit is about. You can't come up to me with that fasting and I ain't gonna go for that shit because I know it don't mean shit. It never meant anything. You can fast to clean your body out, get rid of all those bad toxins, acidic toxins in you, all that mucus. You do it for that, but as far as you calling on to a God that ain't really doing it, that shit ain't no use for it. I fast every day. Even when I'm eating, I'm fasting. Because what I'm doing is I'm breaking generational curses. I'm not allowing myself to be like society want me to be. I'm not being a nigga. I don't believe in Jesus. No, I'm not gonna call my fellow sisters bitches and look at the gods, my brothers, as my enemy just because they look a certain way and I look a certain way. That's what I'm fasting from. I'm fasting from these illusions. That's what fasting is about. Getting away from the illusions. Fuck the food. It's getting away from the bullshit. That's what it's really about. But you don't realize that. Oh, you outside sun gazing. Niggas think you weird. All right. Well, who gives a fuck what motherfuckers think? They ain't you. They probably ain't made the way you made. That's why they think you weird. But hey, nigga, you doing something that a lot of people probably have never did around you. You breaking generational curses. You fasting from a person that you thought you was. That's what it's really about. It's about growth and development, growing and developing into a better person, into a better being, into a better mind. A lot of people like to make videos, oh, I fasted and I got me a good job. Yeah, you working at a fucking job that ain't even serving your soul's mission. Or what the fuck you here to do? So what the fuck, motherfuckers they don't get shit. Motherfuckers ain't realizing what the fuck they need to be doing and what's going on. They're not realizing. You gotta realize who you are. You gotta realize what this shit is about. The Bible, the Bible, they tell you a lot of lies. They tell you many lies, but they don't want to present you with the truth. If you read the story of the Bible, you will see the bullshit in the Bible. Now they leave certain things in there that's true, but they twist the words to where you don't know who really did what they talking about in the Bible. You don't know who did. Like they said, uh, Jesus said, "Let there be light," and there was light. The reason why he was even able to create the light is because the woman told him to cut the motherfucking light on. He wasn't gonna be able to create the light unless the woman told him he could. See, that's the goddess. The goddesses told us we could turn the light on. We could create that sun. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to do the shit we did. You feel me? They twist shit around. They manipulate your mind and then they throw fasting in there to get you to connect with this God that they talking about. This nigga didn't even like women. Why the fuck I need to connect with a nigga that don't even like women? So this nigga wasn't even balanced with himself. But this nigga creating all this shit, man, you get the fuck out of here. I'm not connecting with a motherfucker that don't have the love for the other counterpart that he created. I can't try to connect with a person like that. I'm sorry, I just can't. This nigga making you believe that he made all this shit around here. He made you think he created the vagina all type. That nigga didn't. He come on, man. No man would have been able to create a vagina. That's only something a woman can do herself. We wouldn't be able to do no shit like that. I told you also you are not the body, you are just a soul and spirit. You just energy. You energy manifested into the physical body. This is why you are called a human. The reason why you are called a human is because you have a human physique, a human feature to you. And then when you look up the word human, they tell you a human is a man amongst men. Right? But the man organ was created by the woman, so they created man amongst men. Gods amongst God, leaders amongst leaders. Right? But God a God is more of an energy, a source. A God is not a body. A God is an energy. So basically, you are part God, you morally God and human. So you have the soul and the spirit of a God, and then you have the physique as a human being with this physical reflection. That's what you is. This is why we have something called out of the body. In your natural state, you really beyond the body. The body is not even who you are, even a little bit. It's just a little piece of who you are, right? You probably know that about yourself. But you talking about you trying to fast to try to connect with something in you, but you don't even, or try to connect with this God outside of you, but you don't even know who you is within. That be the thing I don't be getting about people when it comes to this shit. You don't know who you are, but you continuously keep doing the shit you doing, but you don't know nothing about yourself. Because if you told me, oh yeah, you was fasting, but I come and ask you about who is the creator of the cosmos or who is the creator of the sun, you ain't gonna know who is the creator. You gonna say Jesus created the sun, but you ain't even gonna know why we even have a sun. You ain't even gonna know that the sun is an atomic molecule, a atom. But probably don't even know why atoms is the life force in all things. Don't even know. Right? But you saying you fasting to get closer to God. You ain't even connected with God. You ain't connected with shit. That's the point I'm making. You ain't connected with nothing. All your ass do is get on the internet talking about we the chosen ones. That's all you do. I just gotta keep on. That's all you do. Get on the internet, tell motherfuckers they chosen ones, but they ain't explaining why they chosen. Right? You give a little softball, a little soft ass lesson on why motherfuckers is chosen, but you're not explaining why motherfuckers is chosen. I don't like that. You talk about you fasted, but then you on motherfucking internet talking about some shit that don't even have facts to it. What is the point? You claim you woke, but you claim you woke and you conscious, but your mind is still stuck. It ain't even it ain't even flourished. It haven't even done anything. It ain't even ascended. You still stuck in the mind. You still stuck. You still at stage one. But you claim you closer with God. You claim you have the spirit of Jesus in you, man. That's some bullshit. You could kiss my ass with that shit. You could kiss my ass. Right? This is why you have to be aware of who you listening to. A lot of people out here are imposters. They try to play like they on your side, but they not on your side. A lot of people not on your side. They just playing like they on your side. So they'll tell you certain things to try to knock off of what another motherfucker telling you, and what another motherfucker's telling you is probably right, but they trying to tell you something else to knock you off to make you look at the righteous motherfucker like he wrong, and look at the motherfucker that's lying to you like they right. So you hear me talk about how fasting is deeper than just not eating. You will hear my shit and be like, damn, he makes sense, but go listen to another motherfucker that explain fasting, and that nigga may make it sound good, so you may say fuck what I'm saying and fuck what he telling you. But not knowing I'm the one that gave you the truth. He just gave you some bullshit that he probably made up to try to make himself sound good. Right? So you gotta be aware of certain motherfuckers you listening to. Fasting has nothing to do with what the fuck you eating or uh not eating. It don't got nothing to do with that. It's just your Soul in your spirit, you connected with self. That's what this shit is about. You connecting with the God in you, inside of you. That's what it's about. Fasting, getting away from shit that don't serve to God, which is in you. This is what this, this is what this shit is about. You know what I'm saying? This is um um but yeah, you have to learn. You have to learn. You have to learn who you are and to be able to know what God is and how to connect with God. You have to know who you are. That's what you have to do. These motherfuckers telling you fasting and got fast. Don't listen to nothing the motherfuckers saying. Cause them niggas is saying some bullshit. That had your ass stuck and you won't know what the fuck you need to be doing. Won't have no clue. Right? So that's basically the ancestral message on that whole fasting shit and what this shit is all about. Now, do what you want to do with this information. It is what it is. But all being said, this is Chief Domain. Uh, Peace to the goddesses. Once again, I would like to say I respect you. I appreciate you. And I love you. I mean that from the kindness of my heart and my soul. Also to the gods. Same as well. Um, Peace to the ancestors. Peace to the planet once again. Uh, without being said, this Chief Domain. And I'm out.